Welcome to the Baltic eSports League Pro Season 1. My name is Dirk Danger. Together with me is Cookie. And we're in the middle of week 9, which is the final week of the regular season for BESL. So it's going to be pretty hype because it's going to be today and Friday for League of Legends specifically. And after these 2 days, we'll have pretty much know which teams will go to the LAN. The Hypertown. Right?
Yeah, should at least.
At least the end of Friday.
Yeah. Today we'll see 2 games. That is Žalgiris eSports versus VU4. The 2 games that they will play. My predictions, the quick predictions are that the Žalgiris eSports are going to win both of the games, but I think that they are going to be really close.
Well, we'll go into. Well, we cannot predict what's going to happen unless we see the draft, but still time till then. Now, let's see what's up for week 9. Now, we started the week with the match between Iron Wolves versus Surreal Gaming. They played out one game because, well, Surreal Gaming was not able to assemble their roster, so they got a crew of substitutes.
Yeah.
And they won versus Iron Wolves.
The second game, and that was their first win.
First win
in the season against Iron Wolves.
So they redeemed themselves. They will not go to the Hypertown Riga Expo. No way for that to happen.
Well, maybe they'll go, but not.
Well,
to
they'll
play.
go as guests. So
yeah.
If you want to meet them, you can meet them there. Hypertown Riga is going to take place between 26th and 27th of May. Well, those both days, not between them.
Yeah, both days.
And yeah, link should be in the description below for the tickets. So yeah, go get your tickets if you haven't gotten them yet. And also, today we're going to have a giveaway for 1 2-day ticket to the Hypertown Riga Expo. And to participate in it, you have to be really active in the chat. And at the end of the stream, which is going to be, well, we'll have this match. And afterwards,
the CSGO.
CSGO is going to have 1 match as well, and after the CSGO match, we'll have the giveaway. And
yeah, to participate, just be active in the chat. Write everything you think about the game, what you think about what's happening, what you support the teams, right? Good luck and stuff like that, and just give your energy to the teams from the YouTube chat.
And we're going in deeper to today's matchup. It's going to be Vegan Unit 4 versus Žalgiris. Now, for Žalgiris, we have Smackler in the top lane, Akers in the jungle room, Toll is controlling the mid lane, Frexy and Afting on bot lane.
Yeah, and for Vegan Unit 4, we have Yoft in the top lane, Chafilo roaming around in the jungle, Daske Karesta mid lane, and Garu Muzi, or Garu, and Inafu both on bot lane.
And I don't know, I can't see this as a one-sided matchup between these 2 teams because even though Žalgiris eSports, well, they are in the first place, they've been showing a phenomenal performance. At the same time, those wins have not all come from the laning phase. They have won early games only when Akers has gotten a huge lead in an early game jungler. So if that does not happen, because Chafilo is a pretty solid early game jungler as well, if the junglers go even in the early game, it's going to pretty much go to the team fights. And well, yeah, Žalgiris is probably the best team fighting team in BSL as a unit. But talking about the Vegan Unit, they have showed in previous weeks and week after week, every other week, that they can play as a team and play up to par or even better than Žalgiris.
Yeah, and Vegan Unit 4, they have won against really good teams. Like they won 1 game against Siemens 5, if I remember correctly. Yeah, and they are really strong if they get the right tools in the early game and they get the weeds that they have to, they know how to get the victory from them. And they have a really good macro game, I would say. But even though they have a good macro game, their kind of team is lacking. They know what they want to do, but they don't always coordinate it too well.
And well, for the teams, Žalgiris as the first place team up against the 8th place team, that is Vegan Unit 4. And well, Vegan Unit 4 does not have an opportunity to go to the LAN anymore, but they can really influence the bracket if they win a game or even both games against Žalgiris.
Yeah. And for Vegan 4, right now they even though they're 6-10, they are still really close with the other teams. I think if they win these two games, then they automatically jump to like 5th or 6th place. So it's really the standings are really close. I don't think the VU4 have a chance to get to one anymore.
They don't.
Yeah, but if they do win them, if these games, they are all won't have to play the playing games to stay in the league, as maybe NACL will be able to kind of get to that ace spot and then contest the VU4 to stay in the league. Well, yeah, and if Žalgiris eSports lose these two games, then the first place is going to will be questionable on which team is going to be first. We have a lot of teams that tomorrow we have teams that if they win both of these games, then they will be even or one game behind the Žalgiris eSports.
Yeah, because Žalgiris is with 11 wins. After that, there's like 4 teams with 10 wins.
Yeah,
and if they win both games, they're pretty much automatically in the automatically going to the Hyperton. If not, they'll have to fight for their spot, and probably in placeholders, not placeholders, but tiebreakers.
Yeah, tiebreakers.
So, even though I'd like to see more of Žalgiris, I'm rooting for them to secure the first seed to the Hyperton, because at the start of the season we did not expect them to be this high in standings.
Yeah. At the start of the season, I thought that the standings would look like something like Ironbull's first place guaranteed. Then second place would be Imantis 5 or Keep Yourself Alive or Falcon Esports. And then I thought the third place is going to be one of those teams, and maybe Team Salmatta will start questioning them as well. And for me, Žalgiris eSports, I thought they're going to barely make it as the fourth place, but they are going to make it as the fourth place to the LAN. But yeah, they have surprised me completely. They are first place, won games against all of the top teams. I think they lost to Imantis 5.
They went 1-1, I think.
Or 1-1, yeah, could be. But yeah, they have showed a really good showing. The problem with them, I would say, is that they are kind of mechanically are lacking. As usually if they lose the game, that's because they lose a big lead in the early game, and then they have to always fight an uphill battle, try and get back up top in gold. And usually, against some teams they can do it, against others they cannot, and then they just fall. And
what do you going into picks and bans? What do you think? What is going to be the most important thing here? Because, I mentioned junglers. Both junglers pretty much dictate how the early game is going to go. Top lane is going to be interesting because it's Smackler versus Yaft, and Smackler has played pretty much he can play the tank champions, but I would prefer him to go on something like Gangplank Gangplank, maybe Camille, and go for those carry matches, because Yaft, I think that his biggest comfort pick is Cho'Gath, and Cho'Gath and Ornn, and versus that, if you want to win early game, you have to go with something more carry oriented.
Yeah, and for both teams, I think that Žalgiris should focus on Raskarstai, banning some of his champions, and maybe then banning out Kha'Zix, so that Olaf against Jaffiol. So I would say they should ban Cassiopeia, Olaf, and then they can ban something like Xerath, and then Raskarstai won't be as oppressive in mid lane. And then pick up Nidalee or something like that for yourself. Then Jaffiol won't really have that carry champion. And he does play a lot of Rek'Sai, but even though some of the last weeks, Rek'Sai has been left open and he hasn't picked it up as he doesn't feel it's in the meta now. So usually they should just pick up Nidalee, leave Rek'Sai open, and ban out some other aggressive junglers.
So what do you think? What about the bot lane? Because that's the last spot we haven't touched yet. And Phyrexia and Afting, they're a pretty solid bot lane. They usually go even. They have won a couple of games, a couple of bot lanes, but when they win pretty heavily. But if not, then they usually go even. But up against Garu and Inafu has been showing up more and more each week. And versus Team Salmatta, they showed that they are not afraid to fight at all times.
Yeah. I don't think that both the teams should really touch bot lane, as if what I expect there to be is that Geography Esports will go with Jin Morgana or Varus and something. Oh no, I mean Jin Alistar. I think that's their favorite bot lane as a duo. And then maybe he'll go with something like Varus, as we saw him play a lot of Varus as well. But meanwhile, Garu and Inafu wants to get the Thresh or the Morgana to make the plays happen, and then on the ADC they usually just pick up with what's left, and they don't really prioritize any picks there. I think that it should be good if they go with Ezreal, Morgana, or Caitlyn Morgana, and they should be able to win the lane then. And I want to see Inafu play those carry type supports as because we saw them play 2 weeks. They played really well. And that was when Inafu played a really good Morgana game and a really good Thresh game. Both of the weeks he played good those champions only. And after those 2 weeks he hasn't played them yet. He has played something like Alistar, stuff like that, and it hasn't been working for them. So I think they should just go back to Thresh or Morgana, let Inafu on a comfortable playmaking support, and just let him carry you.
I think that Garu... in the first games, I think in BSL that Garu played, he played Varus. And he played Varus for actually a couple of weeks straight. And, in progression of those weeks, he finally found out what to build on Varus. Because at start, even though they won games, I did not support the Varus build.
He had
Ginsu, Static Shiver, and Lord Dominic's. But now, AP Varus has been popping off. So maybe if he decides to go for that or either team, I actually haven't seen, I don't think anyone has seen how AP Varus performs in competitive, because it's tearing up the solo queue, that's for sure, but competitive is a different deal.
Yeah, and it's really hard because mechanically I would say both the teams are equal. Maybe I would give a slight edge to Geography Esports. But Geography Esports has played a lot. They know each other. They know how each other wants to play. So it's just going to be on how the early game goes out. I believe
we're in Champ Select, by the way.
And we're in Champ Select.
Yeah, we got the first ban already. That is Olaf focusing Chafilo. Now he opted out from the Rek'Sai to Olaf in the previous weeks. So both of the junglers do similar things, but Olaf is, a lot better right now. Now, a lot of jungle focus, Trundle and Nidalee bans, so already 3 jungle bans coming through.
Yeah, so we'll see how big is the jungler pool for both of the guys. As I think when we saw Chafilo get banned out, and he went with something like Sejuani, and the games, those weren't too great as he couldn't really solo kill anybody. So I don't want him to go with Sejuani. I want him to go still with an aggressive jungler, something maybe like Skarner or something like that.
And 5 jungler bans. Olaf, Trundle, and Rek'Sai from Jogger's side, and Nidalee, Kha'Zix, and Kai'Sa from Vegan and False side. Now, Kai'Sa is not a jungle ban, but it can go jungle.
It could go jungle, it could go.
I don't know, it does not offer anything to the table. Caitlyn, a first pick for Joggers.
Yeah, and that's a pretty strong first because you can't really counter Caitlyn too much. There's something that you could make the lane not as oppressive against Caitlyn, but you can't really counter her.
But those champions are actually Garu's champions, because what you can pick versus Caitlyn's pretty much you can pick up Jhin, Varus, Ezreal, Ashe. Yeah, we haven't seen Ashe in BSL, but it is an option. And yeah, Ornn locked in for Yaft and Morgana for Inafu. So pretty much comfort picks so far from Vegan and False side. I don't know if we've seen too much of Phyrexi's Caitlyn. We saw it versus Team Solomata, but that lane did not go as planned. They had to result to calling Ekis to the bot lane.
Yeah, and Braum picked up as support, so a pretty safe lane for bot lane for Joggers Esports. And Graves in the jungle has been really popular now. Just wants to farm up, and then in the mid game, late game, he's really strong. Well, now I would want to see Vegan Unifor go with Cassiopeia for Raska Karstaya, and I would really like their first 3 picks. But that's Taliyah.
That's Taliyah, but now that means that the Joggers can bring out 2 more jungle bans if they wish to do so, because jungle AD carry is not picked up for Vegan Unifor. Echo banned out for Mertolis. I don't know if he's played a lot of Echo. But okay, that is a pretty good matchup versus Tali because Echo can like match the push and actually go aggressive on Tali. Now, are we going to see something like Zinja? Okay, so the final ban should be something along the lines of Skarner.
Yeah, Skarner should be banned out.
Skarner, Zach, or Sejuani. But Sejuani would be the best ban, I'd say.
It could be, yeah. As we haven't seen Sheffield play too much Skarner, but we've seen him play Sejuani, so banning that out maybe will force him to play a champion he hasn't played yet.
Maybe he was a secret Chaco main in Season 2.
Could be, could be. As to Camille is banned out, so don't want to give that to Smacker on top lane. But I think that Ornn does pretty good against Camille, so...
Yeah, but Camille does things that your team does not want to have in the late game. Camille can pretty much 1v1 anyone in the late game, and Jin as the last ban. So Israel Varus open. It seems like Garu will go for the Israel as it is covered, but everything can change in last moment. Yeah. Now, actually, adding to the list of AD carries that do well against Caitlyn, there's Draven.
And Sivir also.
Yeah, Sivir as well. But no, that is Ezreal locked in.
So safe bot lane that has a lot of playmaking potential, and Ezreal can follow up for Morgana's engaged pretty well. They can CC, like Morgana can set up damage for Ezreal to hit, and that's a lot that they can do there. As Sion is being hovered for Smacker, a really strong pick, and I think one of the better picks against Ornn. As that is picked up now, what is going to be their mid laner? We've seen Rimtols play Kassadin. And what else have you seen?
Kassadin, I think, would be pretty terrible against Talia. They could actually go.
Twisted Fate.
That could be also Sion mid.
Could
maybe, yeah, if that is Sion mid, they can just pick up some carry top lane. But no, Zerat locked in for Rimtolis. So we have a full roster for Žalgiris. And now all we have to see is the last champion for Vegan Unit 4.
Yeah, and they are missing the jungler now. And what could he pick up here? There's not a lot.
There's still Warwick.
Warwick, Sejuani, and Skarner's left off, but it does seem like they don't have the champion, so it's a placeholder, Soraka.
And that is Skarner. So Skarner in the jungle for Vegan Unit 4. And I think that is a pretty solid draft from both teams.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of pressure for Žalgiris to do well in the early game, because if they do not win at least one lane, which they should, I don't think the top's going to be swayed in one way or another. Mid lane pretty much a farming lane as well between Zerat and Talia, and the pressure could go to the bot lane, because if Caitlyn Braum doesn't do well in the early game and Ezreal gets to freely reach his power spike, then they could be in trouble.
Yeah, from Vegan Unit 4 they have a really good mid-game composition where they just want to get picks with Morgana or Skarner. The two of them just want to go in, try and get a pick up. They get the pick and then they can go for an objective. And there's going to be a lot of pressure from Raskar, I believe, on the sidelines, most likely bot lane, trying to gank them, as if you can really negate the late game power spike from Caitlyn, then it's pretty easy to play against her.
Well, it sounds a little bit ridiculous. Late game power spike.
Well,
she does well. Pretty much all over the game.
Yeah, her mid game is kind of like, if she doesn't get the lead in the early game, then her mid game is pretty bad. But if she gets, that's why she's a bully in the lane. Is if she gets the lead and it's really easy to get the lead with her, then the mid game is easy peasy.
And well, touching Israel a little bit. Now there was a post in Reddit about that. Or was it not Reddit? That was I think a YouTube video where Reckless in Korean solo queue does like pretty interesting builds on various champions. And for Ezreal specifically, he went like Iceborne Gauntlet into Manamoon, which is standard.
Yeah.
And after the Manamoon is stacked, he went for Archangels.
Okay.
Because, well, I would like to see if Garu has found this out, because after Reckless started doing it, he wasn't the first, but in Korean solo queue, a lot of people have started doing that, and it's been pretty popular. But it's only like meta in like Korean Challenger so far. And well, as time goes, people from lower divisions will start picking it up. So it's going to be pretty hype. And well, yeah, that's what I want to see, because with that particular build, you get stronger mid-game power spec. You do not fall off that early, and the items synergize together really well. And well, we'll see if Garu does that. Till then, we'll take a short break while the players are loading in, so stay tuned because we'll be right back. Welcome back to the BSL, and we are in the first game between Žalgiris versus VU4. So it's going to be pretty interesting. I'm pretty hyped seeing Ekes on the Graves. Previous weeks, well, although he's had some impact, we really haven't seen Graves as like solo carrying a game yet.
Yeah, and I kind of don't like Ekes on Graves, but if they can get out of the early game, then they should be fine, I guess. As they have pretty safe lanes, they have Caitlyn on bot lane, Zereth in mid lane. If they don't get camped, then they should be pretty safe, can farm from a really big range. So no problems there. And yeah, Žalgiris eSports just have to understand that, yeah, they have to play it safe in the early game, and then they can start popping off mid game.
Now, on bot lane, I think that actually Garu and Inafu can smash the bot lane if they play it out correctly, and Inafu like really mans up in these games, because he's been like flashing in level 2, or actually flashing in on cooldown when it's available. So if they can catch out Frexy in the early game, specifically in like level 2 or something, they could go for the first blood, since it's rare that Brahms go for the from the shield level 2. And now Garu is going to find Afting, and binding actually roots, so that might be a flash from Afting, if not a maul. Now he has to be careful. A heal comes through from Frexy, and already some lead in the bot lane for Garu and Nafu.
Yeah, but they won't have the level 2 now, Power Spike. That's another bind lands.
Another binding. So that was the reason why some teams banned or picked away the Morgana.
Yeah, and Garu.
And on mid lane, Ek is going for an early gank, level 2, pushing Rusky Crest out of the lane, but Chafilo's there. The stun comes through. Ekes dashes away, heal as well from Rimtolis, and yeah, flash, heal, and another flash, actually 2 flashes, so mid lane burned.
Yeah, and that's on so the bot lane has flash for Žalgiris eSports, and the top lane has flash. So some flashes are still up there, as Yoft actually popped his flash as well.
And an interesting start already. Chafilo stealing away the Raptors. Will probably go for small Raptors only, as Ekes sees that he's taking the red buff, and Chafilo trapped, gets slowed. The stun does not land. Heal from Raskar's time will help Chafilo escape. And so much action in the early game. On top of that, well, it's only 3 minutes in.
Yeah. But Frexy was left alone bot lane. Will the bind land, and it does.
Binding lands, but that's just a pressure binding, I would say, as Garu still needs to push it out. He does not have the gold for tier yet, so maybe after the next wave, the bot lane will back.
Yeah, could do so. It's what you want to kind of do with Ezreal is you want to back right as you have enough money for tier. Usually you could do that by just going in 2v2 and making the enemy bot laner back as well because of that, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. And the other back that you could do is go tier and then Unsheen, but then yeah, the stacks will be a bit lacking as Garu is starting to recall.
Now for the junglers, I would say that I prefer Ekes's. Ekes is clear more. He stole red buff on level 1, if I'm not mistaken, from Chafilo. So Chafilo had only one buff in the first clear. Now he was on the bottom side, he had to recall, while Ekes with double buffs already on top side, power farming level 4 already, and still has camps to pick up.
And the first deck is Infernal, so a lot of action is going to happen there. I would say both of the teams really want that one. That will help them a lot if they can, as Yoft is getting...
Smackler in trouble as well.
Smackler getting smacked?
Yeah, this Ornn pick pretty oppressive in the early game. Smackler has to be careful, because even though he is Scion, he can like still die in the early game.
And Ekes goes top lane to just relieve some pressure. That's what I like in junglers, that you don't always have to gank the lane.
And now Chafilo's near mid lane, Raskar still has flash, so if he can go for some fancy like flash seismic shell plays, then they might get the first blood on mid lane. Now Rimtolis went toward the bush, or did he? He did not. He just played it away from vision. But he's playing it safe. He's Zerath, and yeah, he knows what to do. He knows that he's immobile without flash. So pretty well played so far.
Yeah, and Rimtolis getting the better half of the trades as
Predator comes in. Rimtolis does not have flash, stuns him up, but will he escape this? Both summoners down from Rimtolis. Raskar is trying to deal damage. He's falling low as well. Now a couple more hits, but this blasting cone, and he gets over the wall, but it does not matter as Raskar gets the first blood.
First blood for Raskar, that's going to be big, as now he will be able to push out the lane even better, and when he gets to push in, he can go.
And will Garu get caught out here? Ekes goes in, dashes in, the binding. It hits Ekes now enough, who has to flash away. And well, flash burned on bot lane, and heal as well from Garu.
So a pretty good gank there, as Yoft hasn't been able to recall yet. He's pretty low on mana. Would want to get that back, but he did craft Catalyst in lane, so when he'll get a level up, should get enough mana to just stay in lane.
Well, Catalyst does not give mana on level ups.
Right, yeah?
Yeah, that was like the last chapter.
Oh.
But this one, what's interesting about the top lane is that both of the top laners have like the same exact build path. Both would go for the same items, but both spike at different times. So yeah, they're similar champions, but not quite the same.
Yeah, Garu now playing it really safe bot lane. Does still have flash, and Inafu still has ignite, so they could try and go for an all-in, but he does only have tier, doesn't have too much damage for now, just wants to poke it out.
And Ekes taking second red buff away, finds Yaft in the jungle, has to dash away, but Yaft will not come through as he would be 1v2. And yeah, 2 red buffs in a row stolen from Trafilo.
Yeah, really good from him, has been able to just pressure the jungle with the Graves pick, knows that he can 1v1 Skarner if he is there. So just stealing everything away that he can, and so we're getting a lead on Trafilo.
And yeah, Trafilo still level 5. Ekes is looking for that level 7, but Trafilo started Drake together with Raskar, and that's Infernal Drake. Ekes is not even near, he's on top lane taking Krugs, still farming up. But yeah, it should be like a free Infernal Drake, unless Rimtolis goes for the steal. But he's a little bit too late to that.
Yeah, a bit too late to help out. Yoft now is going to push in the lane a bit.
Well, he might be in trouble, still has both summoners,
and
has the ultimate. And Ekes comes in. Unstoppable Onslaught is not going to hit as Yaft flashes away. Now Ornn will start with the ultimate, misses Ekes, or rather Ekes dodges it.
Yeah.
And they will try to push him out to the lane because no one else is on top lane.
Yeah, and Trafilo meanwhile is just taking away the red buff.
And they're trying to dive. Smackle might die here and executed. So he did not give kill to Yaft, but yeah. Pretty sloppy dive as Smackle does not have teleport. Yaft will have free farm on top lane for an extra wave or 2.
Really unlucky for Smackle there, and that's going to cost a lot. As meanwhile, Trafilo was able to get a lot
with Predator flash in, suppresses down. Rimtolis, the seismic shove is not going to hit, but it does not matter as Raskar gets second kill already, both on Rimtolis.
Yeah, and Raskar looking maybe to roam down as he does have ultimate, and Caitlyn Braum are pushing in. And
but everyone's Raskar have health, so he has to be careful.
Yeah, and they are going to just back off. Jogger's bot lane maybe has BF sword. As Garu tried to stop the back, but Hafting MVP tanked that for him, and will stay in lane for now.
And so far, even though Ekes is, I would say Ekes is out jungling Trafilo, but Trafilo has found more openings for early ganks, and already 2 kills secured for his mid laner.
Yeah, it's Yoft and Smackler. That's going to be, I think now it heavily favors Yoft, as I don't think Smacker can really win any trades now.
And it's going to be harder and harder since Yacht can craft items while being in lane. So Yacht will get outscaled till he backs, and then they'll be even, and unless he falls too far behind.
Yeah, if Yacht gets another kill here, then that would just be the last nail in the coffin for Smacker, as won't be able to do anything in lane.
And outer lane as well. So let's see. Ekaz taking the blue buff. Will he give it away to Rimtolus? That's the question now, because it is Zerath. And Ekaz will do it. So good guy jungler knows what's up. It was the third blue buff though?
Yeah.
Oh no, it was the second one, because he had like a pretty interesting jungle clear in the first time. So everything's by the book so far when it comes to Ekaz.
Yeah, but Ekaz now is trying to pick up the Rift Herald, but I think that this favors being
the things come true. They know that something's up. Chafilo sees him, gets smoke screened, and he will cancel Ekaz's Herald attempt.
Yeah, doesn't work out too much. Well, no, Ekaz is going to continue. The bait. Okay, it's resetted, so not.
And now junglers will meet on top lane. Ekaz jumps in on Chafilo. They want to get something. Furnace comes down, lands on both Chafilo, suppressing Ekaz, and they will get the kill. Chafilo still alive, but Smackler with the shield kills him, has flash, so can he get away from this? Flashes away, and Yacht will not follow through.
Yes,
but that was 1-1, both junglers falling, and Chafilo getting a kill. Now on bot lane, the wall comes through, Frexy flashes away, Afting just come through, but what was that? Raskakar said throwing Afting over the wall.
Yeah, come back here, said Raskakar style, but now Rimtolus also is bot lane, so 3 versus 3. Rimtolus does have pool buff, so can Raskakar style now get?
Can the snipes come true? No, Seismic Shot cancels the ultimate. Inafu has no flash, he might die here. But Garu from side poking everyone down. Will they turn this around? Rimtolus flashes away, Frexy gets a kill. Now Garu a little bit too deep, but Raskakar is there, no mana though. And they are fighting it around. Garu gets killed by Frexy, double kill for this Caitlyn. Chafilo comes in with Predator, steps into trap, Seismic Shot hits, Rimtolus super low, and he gets smited. Now Chafilo getting stunned, Frexy kites away, and that's going to be 2 for 2.
2 for 1, I think.
2 for 1.
Yeah, 2 for 1. As Ekaz is going to steal another red buff away from Chafilo also. I think he hasn't gotten any red buffs for this, at least for now.
Yeah, and well, Chafilo, he doesn't have anything to do on top lane. They met once because, well, he had to cancel the Herald. But overall, he just has to be around the mid lane, try to look for openings on Rimtolus, because that's the easiest lane to gank, especially now after the skirmish on bot lane. Rimtolus has no summoners. Chafilo will have his flash up soon, and with Predator and Flash Skarner, it's going to be pretty easy focusing down the Zerath.
Yeah, but the Smacker now has Banner of Command. We'll be able to push in the lanes mostly. As yeah, it's really hard for Korn to deal with that bannered up cannon minion.
But yeah, it does have a cooldown though.
Yeah, it does.
So other than having the banner, Yacht will have the upper edge since he opted in for the BESL mask, which negates almost all the damage from Sion. Also having a free sustain in lane to just not waste teleport to come back to it.
Yeah.
And well, second Drake is started by VU4. It is Mountain Drake, so all the priority Drakes are coming in. And Ekaz comes in but does not get the steal, now gets suppressed. Ezra with the ultimate hits Ekaz. Will Garu survive? Red buff comes through, but Ekaz gets the kill. Now Chafilo is looking for him. Rimtolus double kill for Frexy again. And yeah, Frexy already with 4 kills. Chafilo, last man alive near mid lane. Ace in the hole is going to land, but Chafilo is still alive.
Yeah, but is he going to get to? No, he does
and
not.
And Rimtolus with the last W getting the kill.
You know, and yeah, just like that, Žalgiris eSports have gotten the lead back from their, I would say, bad early game. And this is just going to be so big. 4 kills on the Caitlyn, already has Infinity Edge. And the Smacker now also has a priority top lane as he was able to win a trade against Yoft.
And the first Drake, well, first turret goes down on mid lane. That is absolutely massive, since now that is usually the lane which is the hardest to break, especially in this kind of matchup. But there is Talia, which can wave clear for ages. But now it's going to be pretty easy snowballing this lead for Frexy, since taking bot lane is not a hard task. Top lane as well, after get bot lane, after top lane there's Herald, so pretty good setup for Frexy to carry this.
Yeah, and now Ekes found Yoft in the river.
Ekes dealing a lot of damage, gets slowed, Yoft half HP, gets red smited. Will he get away from this? He does not have flash, and Ekes does not want to go in further since he has no vision.
Yeah, that is going to be the third top lane most likely, as Ekes and Smacker should easily be able to take it easily. As another wave will come in, Banner of Command is off cooldown. So the Canyon wave is coming in. Yeah, so yeah, that should be the top lane turret also found.
And soon enough bot lane as well, and what we can see, 2 QSSs already built, 16 minutes in, one for Rimtolis, one for Frexy, so the artillery from Žalgiris has a pretty secure line to live. Now Chafilo goes into Smackler, but Ekes is already there. All in all comes in. Ekes gets completely CC'd, and Chafilo gets the kill.
So yeah, Ekes 1-3-1. Hasn't had like from the scoreboard, doesn't seem like he has a good game, but I would say that he has been able to do a lot this game, help out his team a lot, taking away a lot from Chafilo, stealing away a lot from him, and yeah. They haven't. None of the teams have picked up Rift Herald now. As yeah, Vegan Unit 4 can't really do anything. Can't really pick it up as they just want to farm out. They are a bit behind for now, while Vegan Unit 4 prioritizes the top lane turret.
And well, the next Drake is going to be another Infernal Drake. Now Chafilo on bot side, so is Roski Karstaya. Can they get this now? Ultimate from Rom does not land. Frexy used QSS, but a little bit too early. Flash heals, gets seismic shot and shut down from Roski Karstaya coming in. Now Rimtolis comes in for backup, but he dodges, well, he misses everything. Roski Karstaya with the swift feet, dodging it. Zeradal comes in, can Inafu do the same? Flashes away from one ultimate, but gets hit by another. Garu a little bit too deep. Ekes already on the rise, does not have the ultimate though, but he will get it with the red smite. Now Ekes from side will take Roski Karstaya as well. Double kill for Graves. Chafilo is looking to be the third one, but Rimtolis secures it.
And another fight lost by Vegan Unit 4. It was really good at the start, but I think they just wanted too much.
Took a little bit too much time.
Yeah, I think they just overstayed too long. They could have just picked up Frexy and leave that there, as Smacker is going to get at least half health off of this turret, if not just pick it up.
And well, yeah, top lane tier 2 falling really low. Tons of minions on top of that bannered up minion. And that's going to be tier 2 falling. Tier 1 on bot lane as well. And already 4-0 turret lead for Žalgiris and 6k in 18 minutes.
Yeah, 6k gold lead has been, even though they kind of, it seems like they're going to lose the fights, they kind of come back ahead in them, as they are also going to pick up the Rift Herald now. But still, Vegan Unit 4 have both the Drakes, so can't really count them out.
And Ornod comes in, does not hit anyone. The wall might zone off Ekes, but he ults over it.
And now Vegan Unit 4 could try and go for the Rift Herald, as it doesn't seem like they are going to go for it.
But ultimates are down, they do not want to overstay. And Rimtolis is going to be annoying with the Zerat pick, poking everyone down from distance.
And yeah, Žalgiris eSports is going to start it up again. I do want to pick this up, as Vegan Unit 4 are going to
trade.
Yeah, but they could go for 2 turrets now.
Well, it's going to be a risky call, but they are going for it.
Yeah, Yoft is going to tank the turret for a bit. And the Žalgiris eSports do have a lot of
Smackler coming from the side. Will he get an opening with Unstoppable Onslaught? Garu goes in. Now Unstoppable Onslaught does not hit anyone. Afting is the first one to fall. They are trying to kite them away. Zerathal comes in, hits one, hits two, does not hit the third one, but it does not matter as Yoft falls. Now everyone's super low. Fourth one hits on 2 targets. They take the exit plan. And well, Ekes is on the hunt.
1-for-1 right now. Ekes is going to try and find these targets. Oh no, he's just going to back off as they are going to place referral mid and open up the base.
And well, VU4 completely zoned off. They do not have the health bars to go in the short way, well, take the shortcut. So they have to take the long way around. But Garu will fall to Rimtolis. The Scourge takes him down.
And they are going to pick up the second Infernal of the game as well. So good macro game from Žalgiris eSports. They are going. Rimtolis is going to pick up the top lane wave, as most likely he needs a bit of gold to finish off his items.
Well, they will fight it out with Smackler.
And who will get the farm?
Yeah, who will get the farm? Now, Smackler does have the advantage with the Banner of Command minion, as it gives gold to you as well as it kills the minions. So it seemed like they split it equally.
Making unit now 7k gold lead for Žalgiris eSports. Will they be able to do more with this? They should be, as they have a really good siege composition with the Katon traps, the long range. When she will get 3 items, then the long range poke from her as well, and Rimtolis' poke. It's going to be really hard for them to defend their base, as Raska Karste is going to be catched out mid lane.
And well, Raska Karste, can you do this? But he gets completely destroyed. No way for him to turn this around. And that might be Baron for Žalgiris.
Yeah, it should be, as Garu is also a bot lane, won't be able to follow up his team. Chaffel could try and go for the steal here, but Afting is going to take away the blast plant, so Chaffel does not have flash. He does have Praetor, so he could just run in there really fast. But
do they know that Chaffel does not have flash? That's the question now. The Ornald gets blocked by Braum, and well, Chaffel wants to steal this with his E, but he used it a little bit too early. Braum comes down and a sloppy Baron, but at the end it goes to Žalgiris.
Yeah, Žalgiris picked it up. Now Garu was able to pick up the tier 1 third bot lane and did push in the wave pretty well. Not too good, as Frexy will be able to pick up all those minions there, but he couldn't really do more there, as if he would have stayed longer, then it would have been a kill for Žalgiris eSports.
And well, I really like what Žalgiris is doing. They have 3 QSSs on all of their carries, and well, usually when you're up against Karner, you want to do this, but you invest gold into an item, pretty much obligatory item. But they're so far ahead that it does not matter.
And Smackler is going to be the one pushing in top lane for each team. Has Baron buff, has Banner of Command. Doesn't have the minions yet. Doesn't have Banner. Doesn't have Cannon wave yet.
Well, it's coming from base, so all he has to do is to be patient. And Ezreal, not the best champion, to clear the minions as well. And well, Afting, will you fall? You do now. Ekes is looking to stay around, just in case something happens. They want to pressure all 3 lanes since it's so early in the game that they don't really have the wave clear against these Banner of Command minions, Ezreal especially.
Yeah, and Ezreal doesn't have too much damage yet. It still needs to finish off Boturk and Last Whisper to start doing any damage to Smackler, as he will be on guard to the top lane.
And Smackler getting binded, but well, it does not matter since Garu cannot get through this, and the Banner of Command minion dealing more damage than Garu.
Yeah, and bot lane, Raskets is trying to get Chaffel is going to get a stun after Frexy. Frexy is trying to run away.
Frexy has no flash, but Zeradal comes in. Frexy gets 1. Can he kite this away? Heals away. And Yav does not want to chase the Caitlyn with all the traps, but he has the vision. He is just orb walking to the kill, but well, he decides to just stay around, get the turrets, not go for the chases.
Is going to fall.
Ekes falls to Garu, but look what Smackler is doing. He's just taking over the base. Inhibitor falls, and that's only the first one, since Rimtolis and Frexy pushing down bot lane.
Yeah, that will be the bot lane inhibitor turret. Afting is also there. They should be able to just go for the inhibitor as well.
Now Yacht coming from behind is waiting for his team to come a little bit closer. but they cannot engage this. They cannot engage this. Everyone has a QSSs, but it seems like not Frexy. Frexy already used it. Chofulo falls. Frexy still alive. They will kill Yaft as well. And Raskikarstai getting Smackler. But that's about it. The two dead for Vegan and Fall. And will they go for third inhib here? They do not have the minions in mid lane. And Garu taking a lot of damage from Xerath. And the ultimate, the snipe. Rimtolis gets 2, gets 3. One more to hit, and he hits everything. Fifth as well. Ooh.
Almost. Raskers are almost dying there. Now, Inafu is looking to do something, but will not be able to do anything for now, as Žalgiris eSports have gotten the top lane inhibitor, bot lane inhibitor. All they need to do is siege mid lane, and they should be able to finish off the game because of the minions just going into the base, and Vegan Uniform not really having any wave core. And
Rimtol is sitting on 3,500 gold. Will take the blue buff as well, and that is like full Rapidons of gold. He'll have the back, they have the red, they will have the Mountain Drake as well if they wish to take it. Open inhibitor mid lane, and it seems like that there's just no way for Vegan Uniform to come back into this. But we will have to see, since they have a great pick comp if they can bait out one QSS and just layer the member with CC. For example, they got Binding, they got Skarner ult, stuns, Seismic shoves, Horn CCs. Ezreal is the only one without CC on their team.
Yeah, Frex is going to pick up the Mount Drake, and those are going to be both of the teams having the same Drakes. So good for not to lead there. Nobody will have a slight edge on the objectives, except Žalgiris eSports, who have 9 turrets.
Yeah, and 8k gold lead. So with those items, with the Rapid and Deathcat plus the Infernal Drake, Rimtolis is pretty scary now. Nafu had to flash away from Ekis. Oh, or not, and Ornald comes in, hits 4. Chofulo goes in, big Seismic Shot comes in. Raskikarstai is cutting away. First one to fall is Ekis, but Vegan and 4 is just falling apart. Double kill coming in for Rimtolis. Brexy gets one, and that is an ace for Žalgiris.
Yeah,
and the first game going as well.
Yeah, and Vegan Unit 4, they had the great engages and were able to get the targets that they needed to, but they didn't just lack the damage to finish them off and to be able to do anything about it.
And well, what a game, what actually clean game from Ekis, I would say, as he was the man in this one. And well, setting up their lanes to win, getting Chofulo pretty behind in the early game. And yeah, together with Frexy in all those skirmishes in the early game, getting double kills left and right. Rimtolis with the late roams, also finishing off everyone as they are low. He just sniped everyone. I don't know. I saw him missing like 3 Xerath ultimates in total this game.
Yeah, and he was really clean on the Xerath, and also Frexy on the Caitlyn. Very good game from him. Was able to be in the right spot in the team fights, had really good team fight positioning, was able to deal a lot of damage to the targets that he needed to do, and yeah, really well played from Žalgiris eSports. And I expected Vegan Uniform to have a better game than we saw. It did seem like Inafu was not able to do too much plays here. Maybe they should ban out some of the safe supports so that Vegan Unit 4 bot lane could try and win the game there.
The bright side for Vegan Unit 4 in this game, Chofulo was pretty behind in the early game, but he managed to get his mid laner, Raskikarstai, ahead. They killed the Rimtolis 2 times in the early game. So maybe if they put Rimtolis on the same Xerath or another immobile mid laner, they could try to exploit that weakness and maybe snowball from that.
Yeah, could be. That was game 1 of Vegan Unit 4 versus Žalgiris eSports. Today we have a giveaway. We are giving away 1 Hypertown ticket for both of the days. That's 26th and 27th of May. Just to participate in the giveaway, just be active in the chat room, write what you think about this game, what you think Vegan Unit 4 should do to be better, have a better second game. And yeah, just write support the teams and do everything you can to just help them out.
And at the end of the stream, after the next game and the CSGO games, we will announce the winner. So participate in the chat. Write your thoughts about this game. Write your thoughts. What should VU4 do for game 2? And maybe you will be the lucky winner today.
Yeah, could be. So yeah, we'll take a small break, but we'll be right back with VU4 versus Joggers eSports game number 2.
I can never forgive Lattelecom for murdering our mother.
I've been cooperating, you're just not listening.
You're not listening to me.
Pasaules top seriāli. Skaties visas sezonas uzreiz visos tavos ekrānos. Shortcut films. Tikai 6 eiro mēnesī. Shortcut. Tu redzēsi.
You spray. You awkward. You're gold. Smell fresh all day with new Axe Gold Body Spray.
more G's than the L. I want 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 more G's than the L. Go rap out till I black out.
Welcome back to the BSL, and we're in the second champion select between Vegan Unit 4 versus Žalgiris. And well, this is pretty interesting, because I want to see the adaptations that Vegan Unit 4 made from game 1 to game 2. Will they do anything different? We got Nidalee banned, so similar as in game 1. Olaf, are we going to go for those same 5 jungle bans?
I think it should be 6 jungle bans this time. I think they should go in and ban the Graves as well.
But Vegan Unit 4, oh, they banned Kaiser as the last one. But if they do not play Kaiser and do not want to play against Kaiser, then who knows?
Yeah, you could go with Caitlyn against Kaiser.
Well, that is the slippery slope, because we saw that Žalgiris were able to turn around the early game fights, the skirmishes, and if Caitlyn gets behind like this, and Caitlyn is banned this time, so it seems like they want to go for Kaiser themselves, and that is a forced ban. Now, one alleged jungle ban this time. What's going to be? Well, maybe it is. Yeah, that is Jhin first pick.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say that it's the best thing ever, since you could go for some priority
Trundle,
junglers.
Jax.
Yeah, Trundle, Jax, something like that. But probably they will just trade those 2 champions.
Yeah, it could be. Now, for Žalgiris eSports, I would want to see maybe Morgana picked up as a support.
But I think that Braum was doing well, especially up against that Ornn. So if they pick up the Cyan right now, themselves, or the Ornn, it could be a recipe for success, as they have ZAL locked in. A lot of people have been buying Rageblade on Zaya's first item, also started from Reckless. But yeah, that could work out. We'll see if Rexy is up to meta. He has watched some cringe YouTube videos about what is the best in 8.8, probably, or 8.6, I don't know.
I think 8.8.
Yeah, and that is Cyan locked in, and Inafu did not find the greatest of success on the Morgana pick, but the early game is pretty good for them. Now opting in for the Thresh, but Morgana is open, so he's inviting Afting to pick it up.
Yeah, and Cassiopeia hovered. I do want to see them walk it in. I don't say that the Talia was bad, but I think that Raskarskaya can do a lot more with Cassiopeia. And yeah, it does seem like he is going to go for it. And what could be the answer now? Xerath was pretty good, but I don't know how Xerath does against Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia has pretty good sidestepping possibility. She gets a lot of movement speed if she lands the poison.
Especially with the phase rush.
Yeah.
So if she can, well, the matchup probably goes like, if Raskarskaya can dodge everything, he wins. If not, then he loses. And on Ivern Hover, we haven't seen Ivern a lot, but no, Ekas go for the Lee Sin.
Yeah, I wanted to see the Ivern. Yeah, I think it's kind of a sleeper pick. I don't think it's bad. It would get countered kind of with the new hyper kind of carry junglers, But still, I think that it's a pretty good pickup.
You could build the composition around it.
And especially now, as I would say, it is kind of a bot lane meta. So picking up that Ivern and just, let's say, Ivern, Caitlyn, and Braum, and then you can get all the items you need to, so the AD carry can be safe and deal a lot of damage. And it could work out really well.
And we have the second phase of banned, Strandal banned, Braum banned. That's interesting. It seems like Nafu wants to play against Morgana.
Yeah, could be.
But Braum can like save the whole team in general. It completely counters Zorn in many cases, and Skarner banned as well from Žalgiris side.
Yeah, I think Jaffa had a really good Skarner game. He just got a bit more countered, but they didn't ban out the Graves. But against Lee Sin, I think Lee Sin wouldn't be as oppressive, wouldn't be able to steal away that much. Still is a really good early game skirmishing jungler, but still I think Graves had an easier time doing it.
So let's see, the last ban is Rakan. So yeah, that was still the possibility going Zeri Rakan. Now that is taken away from them. They can still go Alistar if they want a similar playstyle. Alistar is covered.
But I think that Alistar is going to be pretty bad against Thresh.
Well, in the early game, yeah. Later on, he can tank some hooks for his team and just really be in the enemy's faces. For example, Thresh gets a hook, goes all in. Alistar just kicks the enemy AD carry away.
Yeah.
And then it's a 1v2.
Renekton picked up for Yofts in the top lane, so this is going to be, I think, the first time we see him on a carry top laner. I think we saw him once on Gangplank, but I'm not sure about that, as, yeah, the Renekton coming in. Soraka also picked up.
And Soraka is Zinzhao, who was banned in the first game.
Yeah, it was banned, and the only guy we have seen to pull out the Zinzhao has been Gnomes, and he has been pretty good on it. And it has been able to do what it needs to. So I think that Zinzhao against Lee Sin shouldn't be too big of a problem.
And against their team comp, it's actually pretty good since Xayah has relatively short range, and Zinzhao can pretty much negate the team fighting possibilities with his ultimate tank. Too many targets from the enemy team, and even if he doesn't get an early lead and doesn't go for Trinity Force, he can still have a huge impact later on in the game.
Yeah, and as well as I think that the TF pick was the last pick for Remtulis. So I kind of think that the playstyle, like the playstyle that they want to play, has switched from game one. As I think that Vegan Unifor now want to play like Žalgiris did, and Žalgiris now want to play how Vegan Unifor played.
So let's see if both of them can play the opposite matchups.
Yeah.
It's not like when you take the enemy, when you take the champion enemy played in the first game, so you can show that you can do it better. But taking the whole style of the team. But well, I want to see if they can like recreate the enemy style. I wouldn't say that Žalgiris would want to play like Vegan Unifor did in the first game. It's still a possibility. Still, Vegan Unifor can snowball the game out of control. But they have to be careful both sides. And actually, in both games, I really like the draft. I don't know how this TF pick is going to work out. But together with Lee Sin is great recipes for success, since after TF hits level 6, Ekis can do pretty much anything he wants with the Lee Sin, since Remtolis can be, well, he is always looking over his shoulder, always seeing, and is able to help out Ekis if he needs assistance.
Yeah. Pretty easy to follow up if Lee Sin finds Zinzhao in the enemy jungle. Remtolis can just come in with the ultimate, help out, and yeah, it's going to be really hard for Chuffwell. I think this game is the last game as well. Chuffwell was able to kind of get with the play against the aggression that came pretty well, and it didn't seem like he was tilted. What I think usually happens when you don't get your red buff. But yeah, he played really well, and I want to see what happens in game number 2.
And well, while the players are still loading in, we'll take a short break, after which the second game between Vegan Unit 4 and Žalgiris will take place. Welcome back to the BSL. We are in the second game between Vegan Unit 4 versus Žalgiris. And well, first game did go to Žalgiris, and once they got the lead, they were able to easily finish up the game.
Yeah, had no problems there. So now an invade from Vegan Unit 4. Are they going to be able to do anything? They find Akas in the jungle. Is the hook going to land? Akas does use the ward jump to get out, so yeah, he won't have his Psionic Strike for the clear.
So, but it's not the worst thing ever for Lee Sin, especially because there was a time, I don't remember when, but I think that at one point Lee Sin started with W.
Yeah. So it's not that bad. As you get the shield, a lot of attack speed.
Yeah, and you can, the shield has a shorter cooldown as well.
Yeah.
And with the help of Smackler, yeah, he should have no problems. Maybe a tiny bit slower clear.
Yeah, I want to know what Yoft will be able to do against Smackler on top, and with the Renekton pick, as we saw Rouge pick up Renekton, and he was able to get that 1v2 kill. And if they can do something like that, if Yoft can do something like Rouge did, then it should be pretty good for them.
Frexy and Opting looking for a Tribrush cheese, but they will just ward it.
Yeah.
I wanted to add that it would be a super bad idea versus the Jhin. But they will just get the early pushing, and with Xayah versus Jhin, that is pretty important, as when Xayah can start pushing in the waves constantly, there's no stopping her. If she has like the first jump on the waves.
And Jeffel is going to pick up his red buff, then go with the Raptors, while Lee Sin picks up his red buff, Wolves, and then most likely blue buff. So.
Yeah, both junglers will end up on the opposite sides of the map, so Chafilo playing to his top laner's strengths, playing with Renekton, might even dive some like level 3 if they wish to do so, if the wave is set up correctly. which is, so far it seems like it could be a possibility. While Ekes will be on bot lane, and he has the Alistar with the knockups and yeah, the knockbacks to set up some early ganks.
Yeah, but Yoft is pushing in the wave pretty much. Now, what he could try and do is try and bounce the wave so that he could freeze under his turret, and Chafilo could go for that gank, but it's going to be really hard as Smacker won't allow that to happen that easily.
And this time, Chafilo with the counter jungling takes the Raptors. He took his Raptors as well, so a pretty big win for Chafilo so far. But we'll have to see what Ekes can do here with the early Lee Sin pick.
And as he's looking to gank mid lane.
But Chafilo's already there. Raskar is pretty safe. He does have the cleanse. Now Gold card comes in, gets instantly cleansed. And he'll just run away, but now he has to be careful for repeat ganks.
Yeah, Gary and Nafu having, I would say, control of the lane. As yeah, it's pretty hard to play against Thresh. You always have to look out for that hook. But with Jhin, when you get hooked, they will be able to chain CC, but I don't think they'll be able to deal too much damage before they get.
And Ekes near mid lane again. Chafilo taking his wolves, and Ekes is just scrambling to get something here. I don't think he will resolve to taking the Krugs, but it seems like he has no other options.
Yeah, every single camp is cleared, can't do anything about that. As Yoft is trying to get some good trades against Smackler. Smackler has used, I think, all of his potions.
And again, both junglers mirroring each other, and that benefits Chafilo heavily. But while Chafilo is recalling well, Ekes might look for a gank onto Yoft. But it's pretty hard ganking Renekton if he does not have the slice and dice. Yeah. Well, if he has slice and dice.
Yeah, but I guess it's going to be spotted by a ward, so Yoft should be pretty safe there. And yeah, Ekes just kind of wasting his time, hasn't been able to do anything about it, but he doesn't really have anything to do. And the wolves did just spawn up, so he is going to maybe go and try and pick up those, as he has came mid lane. He's going to now recall, and Chafilo is going to be able to gank mid lane.
And well, Rimtol is super low, has to flash away. Will Chafilo follow up with the flash? Gold card comes in. And well, Rimtol is super low. One more hit should do it. And First Blood goes to Chafilo, but gets answered. Rimtol is actually getting the kill with the Ignite. But that's a 1-for-1. And Ekes still not having the impact he would want to. He will have the Raptors now, but that's about it.
Yeah, and if Raskar State just goes and tries to stop him, he should be able to 1v1 him there.
Raskar State is pretty low, has no mana, and does not want to go up against early game Electrocute Lee Sin.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, but the first check is Infernal check, so a lot of action should go for that. As yeah, both teams would want to do that, and both of these games will start with the Infernal check.
And that is pretty hype. Not Cloud Drakes as in the previous games. The last week especially filled with Cloud Drakes. So that's a good I wouldn't say adaptation, since no one did to do that, but did anything. But yeah, pretty interesting starts in both games actually.
Yeah, now 2 Duran's Blades and 2 Longswords for Yoft there. Wants to get as much damage as he can early. Smacker did go with the Ninja Tabi and did use TP to get back to lane. He's not going to freeze the wave, he's going to try and push it.
And well, the Destiny comes in. Inafu gets stunned. 4 people on bot lane for Žalgiris. Now Garu flashing in, but does not get Frexy. Ekes gets one. Inafu is trying to run away. Will he manage to do so? He has no summoners. Rimtol is with no flash, but Ekes with the double kill.
Ekes gets the double kill for himself. Now Yoft looking to trade top lane, will not find anything, but the Žalgiris Esports don't go for the Infernal check. As yeah, Rimtol doesn't have any mana, wouldn't be really able to do anything there. But still, Afton had Ignite, so I think they could have tried to go for it.
And a big turnaround, and super huge that Frexy managed to survive the healed right as the 4th shot came in from Garu and barely survived.
You know, acting in a bit of trouble. Gets knocked up, gets sword as well. It does use flash. And he should be safe.
Rexy's over the wall. Chofilo once more, but gets ignited. Will he run away from this petrifying gaze? Hits Frexy. Frexy has no summoners, but he takes the blasting plant and gets the exit.
Yeah, Raskerste still doesn't have too much damage. Only has the tier endurance blade and a bit of utility for himself. And was not able to deal as much damage as he would want to, but still that's going to give a lot for Garu and Inafu, and the Inferno Drake is started for VU4.
And while they're taking the Inferno Drake, Ake is taking the blue buff. It's the same exact thing as in the first game so far, but this time Chofilo started with 2 buffs.
Yeah, and Ekis has been, I don't know how this will end up. Last game it ended up pretty well for Ekis, but yeah.
Last game he was on Graves, and this time it's Lee Sin.
So I don't know how good it is to trade some the Drakes for clears on top side.
Since all the lead that Ekis will get will be spent on pink wards.
Yeah, and it's going to be really hard for him to do as much as he did last game.
Ekis is level 7, looking for a dive together with Smackler on top lane. Smackler is trying to bait him in, and he gets out the stun. Now Ekis comes in, will not get kicked in the right direction, and well, Ekis barely surviving, but Chofilo taking the response kill.
And was able to pick that up for himself, and that's just going to give the lead that he got stolen from him a bit back. And Ekis almost fell there, but still was able to pick it up.
That was a shutdown, and Chofilo getting... Now Chofilo on this ZAL surely won't fall off this game. He'll get stronger as he gets items. Meanwhile, Ekis will probably just go full tank.
Yeah, they are looking to go on Smackler.
And double dash comes in and bolt flash at the same time. Smackler playing it safe because, well, if he just waited a millisecond longer, then he would have died there.
Yeah, would have. Well, yeah, might have died there. He still had flash. If he wouldn't have used flash,
Chofilo would just jump on with the slows, and that flash wouldn't have mattered. But that looked like so in sync.
Yeah, in sync. As a engage on bottom again, 4 members.
Destiny comes in. Ek is right around the corner now. Comes in a big, Frexy with a big ultimate, and Ekis gets hooked under the turret. Will survive, but falls pretty low. That bot lane turret, full HP. So I don't know if Žalgiris can take the turret here.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard, and both Ekis and Rentulos are pretty low here.
And they will try to get top lane turret. Chofilo and Yacht.
Yeah, so a race who can get the turret first. I do think VU4 have the advantage here.
But those are 3 members pushing down turret on bot lane. Who is going to be the first? Yacht is still committing to it. Raskakar still gets solo kill on Rimtolis. And the first turret goes to VU4 barely.
Almost did not manage to do so. Now Smacker in trouble. He wanted to just waste their time as much as he could so that his bot lane could be able to pick it up.
Well, now they will waste him. Does not have the ultimate, and Chofilo gets the kill.
And 4-4-5 now, as Žalgiris eSports have given a lot of resources to the bot lane. It's going to be on to Frexy of how much he'll be able to do with this Zaya pickup. And yeah, Rimtolis was solo killed by Raskakar. And now VU4 are trying to pressure mid lane turret. But Raskakar is pretty low, he will just back off. While Chofilo is going to do some damage together with Tinafu.
And well, this is a little bit unfortunate for Žalgiris, since they will swap to top lane right now, and the next Drake is going to be another Inferno Drake. So I think that it's pretty unfortunate. Hook barely misses from Inafu.
But Yacht in trouble now. Oh no, he's just going to have the slick escape. I don't think that the Afting actually saw him there. I think he didn't spot that Yacht was there. As Afting went out of the bush, Yacht just dashed in, and I think that he didn't see him.
Well, let's see. Both bot lanes going to top right now.
I think that is better for VU4, as Renekton now is a lot stronger than Smackler.
And it's a longer lane since the turret has fallen, and he is a lot stronger. Still hasn't picked up the Black Cleaver, but together with Tiamat, he'll be able to probably get the turret by himself.
And as the Drake comes in 1 minute and 40 seconds, I think Vegan Unit 4 will be happy to pick it up. Yoft and Shuffler should be able to win the 2v2 against Ekis and Smackler.
And in order to do that, Garu enough would just have to hold top lane, not get too greedy, because Ekis is already taking blue buff and looking for something on top. Chofilo as well. And these two junglers completely mirroring each other the whole game. Now Chofilo might get caught out as Afting is baiting him. Everyone's around mid lane. Raskersta gets the instant cleanse again.
Yeah, but Chofilo is engaged on. He's going to go on Ekis.
And well, big turnaround. Kurnikal comes in. Will Chofilo fall? He does, but so does Ekis. The 4th shot comes in, does not hit anyone. Now teleport from Smackler. Yop does not have teleport from his own. Rimtoll is with the Destiny Flash gold card onto Garu, and Smackler gets the kill.
Yeah, those are 3 kills, while Yoft will be able to pick up the bot lane turret. And Raskerste is going to keep pushing in mid lane. Rimtoll is getting the blue buff for himself now because of that kill. And yeah, Raskerste pretty low on mana.
And now Drake coming up in 30 seconds, and it seems like that Žalgiris does not want to contest that because Frexy and Afting haven't resetted yet.
Yeah, Yoft picks up the bot lane turret, and now he's going to try and maybe clear vision around Baron. Around Drake to get that second Inferno. If they do get that, that would just give a lot of damage to Garu, as Garu already scales from damage a lot, and that's just going to multiply his numbers by a lot.
And now Smackler, he used Unstoppable Onslaught to get back to lane, so if there's a dragon fight right now, which both teams really want to have to in order to secure the Drake, they will not have the Scion ultimate.
Yeah, Ekis goes on to Yoft, but does he want to really take this fight?
And Yoft gets the Conqueror, but that's about it. He had to use his ultimate there.
Yeah, did use ultimate. Ekis did not use his. Also has both of Summoners. Yoft is recalling. Does have TP to come back if is needed. And
well, a good ward behind. And he uses it, so TP comes in. Can they burst the Drake fast enough? Now Afting goes in to zone them off. And they go on to Frexy. Frexy uses the ultimate, dodges everything. Bot has to flash away. Garu gets the kill onto Afting. And the Inferno Drake, by the way, going to Žalgiris. They kill Smackler as well. And that is, 2-0. But Žalgiris securing the Inferno Drake will probably lose the mid lane tier 1 right now.
Yeah, those are 2 kills for 1.
And Kurnikal comes down. They get Roski Karistaya. Can they get more? Hook lands, but they will not. Well enough, it won't follow through as there was no one assisting him.
And Vegan Unit 4 now pressuring mid lane, want to pick up that tier 2 turret there. And they won't. I think they won't be able to do it.
Well, they might. Yeah, they will just smartly back off. They won the fight, lost the Drake, but so far gold almost dead even. But third lead for Vegan Unit 4, so still a lot of gold to pick up for Žalgiris.
And they should be able to do so. Farm-wise, top lane is Yoft is out farming Smacker, and Raskerste is out farming Rimtolis, but Frexy has been able to out farm Garu by a lot.
And yeah, well, those lane swaps usually mess around with CS quite heavily. Especially if there are not clean rotations, someone's gonna have the short end of the stick. And this time it seems like that is Smackler.
Yeah, and Chofilo is getting jumped on by Afting, and Rimtolis is most likely going to fall. Yeah, no escape for him. He did use his flash, but that was not enough to help him out. Top lane turret is going to fall in favor of Žalgiris eSports.
And Yaft on bot lane, he cannot help his team as Žalgiris started the Herald.
It should be an easy pickup for them. Nobody will steal that away from them. Yeah, Afting and Ekis are doing the dirty work, picking up the Rift Herald for themselves. Does seem like Frexy is going to come in and help out a bit, as they did steal away the blue buff. And Vegan Unit 4 are going to do the same, steal away the blue buff from Vegan Unit 4 and give it up to Raskerste.
I would have liked if they committed a little bit more and pushed in the wave completely. So Smackler would lose some more CS and get early damage on the turret. But now Ekis is looking for something. Garu gets flashed on by Afting, but will get healed up. And now Kurnikal comes down, everyone's super low. Eka is still surviving. And well, will he get something? Fourth shot comes in, lands on Afting. And Garu gets one. Afting should be the next one falling. He gets a lantern thrown in, but he's thrown over. And Frexy gets hooked, and those are 3 kills, double kill for Garu.
Yeah, Inafu with the clutch hook there to save Raskikarstai from dying. Well, I think he wouldn't have died there, but still was pretty flashy there, helped him out, and yeah, a big, good fight from VU4 that is going to give a lot of pressure to them, as they now will be able to just go and pick up the mid, well, not pick up the mid-lane turret, but push in that wave, take away jungle camps, and even go for the bot lane wave as well.
And that's the second fight in a row that VU4 win. This time it was 3-for-1. And I really like how they play out the fights. At the start of the fight, they just use all the ultimates, just trade everything till Žalgiris gets low, and then Garu backs up and opens up with the Kerning call.
Yeah, now Sheffield will be able to pick up his own jungle camps, as Yoft is looking to kill Rimtulis here.
And Rimtol is in trouble, has to flash away. Does not gold card fast enough, but Akes is there in case they decide to follow him through.
And that is a flashless TF, and TF doesn't have too much mobility, so them getting out the flash is pretty big for them. They didn't need to use any summoners to do that, so good on them. Garu and Inafu on guard duty mid lane. I'm going to try and push back the wave, and Frexy 1, and 6 still needs to finish up the ZAL item to deal more damage.
Garu with the Infinity Edge, with the Rapid Fire Cannon, they can look for picks with this Jin alone, and now will look to get that Ginsu's Rage Blade, and afterwards these extended fights will go to VU4 pretty heavily.
Yeah, and they have a really good teamfighting composition with the Jin, with the Cassiopeia, with the Renekton and Xin Zhao.
Everyone's super good.
Yeah,
for long fights, short fights, they should lose all the short fights. If they get caught off, it's not going to be a nice time for them. Now Baron's coming up in a couple seconds. The next Drake is going to be another Inferno Drake, so third one. And Frexy eats a hook. Kernicol comes down. Chofilo gets killed. Now Kernicol is just going to tickle Smackler a little bit. And nothing much. And Garu has to flash away. Falls super low.
Yeah, but do VU4 want to take this fight?
And Yop, in middle of everything, gets instantly popped. Did not manage to use his ultimate.
Yeah, I guess he didn't think that he will get that he is that squishy against them. That should be now a free Baron for Žalgiris eSports, and if they pick this up, then yeah, it's just going to be a repeat from last game.
And now, let's see, and again, Chofilo getting caught out in the jungle. It's like dead time this game, and well, that is a free Baron. Maybe Garu can look for steal, but that is super unlikely. Raskikarstai is trying to get some, escape kills. And Chofilo again dying on cooldown. Yeah, and a double unstoppable onslaught, and a kick flash from Akes will kick both carries, enough with last one alive as Yaft responds. And that is Baron plus how many kills?
That's Baron plus 4 kills for them. And that's just going to give, a questionable plays from VU4. Don't know why they want to do it that hard. I guess they just aren't respecting the damage from Žalgiris eSports.
I think they're surprised by how much damage Rimtolis does with the Lich Bane, and he got the Lich Bane pretty early. Has had a pretty successful game. 409 on the Twisted Fate will be more and more annoying as the late goes on, as no one can really go to a side lane and push, since at any moment Rimtolis plus any other member from Žalgiris can be there.
Yeah, but doesn't Garu picked up the longsword, so it doesn't seem like he's going to go for the Gwinsus here.
Yeah, might look for
a Last Whisper, I guess.
Maybe Last Whisper? but I don't know. I think that, well, yeah, Last Whisper could go well against the Scion, but still, Scion has the Warmugs, has the Frozen Mallet. Well, not Frozen Mallet, Frozen Heart. And Ginsus would deal more damage against everyone in total, well, in general.
And now, Žalgiris eSports in the driving seat have 2 Inferno Drakes now under their belt, have a lot of damage and a lot of catch potential. VU4 just have to be a bit more careful about where they go in the jungle. As if one member is there, then Remtolos can just easily follow up and help out if needed. They should just give up some turrets and maybe just start protecting the inhibitor turrets.
And I don't know if they can protect 3 inhibitor turrets. Remtolos with the Lich Bane pretty strong with the side push. Well, sideline push, and Yaft getting a kick to getting completely destroyed by Smackler and Ekis.
And it's going to be so hard for them to defend anything if they just keep dying one by one. And they are going to start pushing bot lane to it. And this is going to be really hard for them to do anything. Remtolos just standing top lane. And the inhibitor turret has almost fallen already. The hook does not land. And it does seem like they are.
And Destiny comes in onto Garu, but with the wrong card, so he has to disengage this. Will flash away, and Petrifying Gaze does not hit. Afting wants to solo kill Garu. The Unstoppable Onslaught is going to miss everything as everyone flashes away. Now Raskikarstai, the only carry alive from VU4, is trying to turn this around, try to hold his base as the second inhibitor will fall. 1 more to go.
Yeah, the top one inhibitor is the only one that is left, and there is quite a big wave there. Chaffelo just goes in again. He just gets knocked back away from the turret. Frex is going to pick up the red buff for himself, so this dive won't work out as the Baron buff has ended.
And well, they might turn this around. Yaft going in still has the flash, and they stun Afting. And well, they turn this around. Chaffelo falls. Raskikarstai is there trying to kite it. Curtain Call hits too. 1 falls. Yeah, that is Remtolos. Now Raskikarstai and Garu both carries alive, but one big smackler in front of them. And Frexy flashes over the wall. Does not hit any feathers yet, but Raskikarstai is still alive. They didn't finish him off. Garu is trying to kite it away. Ekis with the double kill. Raskikarstai the only member alive. And now Ekis will try to hunt him down as Smackler and Frexy will finish the game.
Well, will they be able to
at least get some Nexus turret? Sonic Strike misses from Ekis. Now they're still playing with each other. And can they get something other than next? Sonic Strike also misses. So big duel on bot lane. And Smackler kills Chaffelo in base.
Yeah, and that is going to be the first Nexus
turret. But
Yaft
and Inafu alive.
Yeah, and Raskikarstai gets the kill onto Remtolos.
And Yaft with the flash onto Frexy will kill him. Now that's a big shutdown for this Renekton, and Smackler with no mana will just peacefully walk away.
Yeah, but now Raskikarstai overstayed his welcome. He's going to be solo killed by Remtolos there. And yeah, Destiny was able to finish him off as the Nexus is completely open and the minions are trying their best to damage it, but are not able to finish off the game here.
And well, can they clear this for long enough? That is the question now, as Baron is coming up in minute and 40. Next Drake is minute and 30. That is Mountain Drake. So all the best Drakes coming up in this matchup. So yeah, pretty easy game to close out if you're Žalgiris. But I want to see if VU4 has the fighting spirit to still keep this game alive.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard for them to keep this game alive as Renekton won't be able to one-shot anyone, I believe. As yeah, Frexy has been really hard to kill in teamfights. He has really good teamfight positioning. Hasn't been caught out once. Remtolos has enough CC, and now Curtain Call comes out just to damage Smackler, but the shield doesn't even go down from him. As Ekis goes in, kicks Garu.
And kicks Garu away now. Garu is looking to deal some damage and combo misses. And well, Smackler super low. Can they turn this around? Afting with the ultimate is looking to CC someone. Now Garu flashes for Smackler but misses to secured the kill. Yav10 Chafilo alive, but not for long, as the Nexus is open, and they're looking to end the game.
And yeah, there should be game number 2. Joggers eSports have been able to win both of the games today. I expected the VU4 to have a stronger showing, but Joggers eSports really clean. Once they get the lead, this time it seemed like once they get the lead, they were able to snowball the game and just win it.
Yeah, and pretty convincing games, and that is what we want to see from so far Seed 1 team. And yeah, they have the record of 13
and 5.
13 and 5
yeah, 13
after these games, and yeah.
First place.
First place, and well, I would say that they are guaranteed to go to LAN.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they should be.
No matter what happens, yeah, this is going team we will see. So, and this team has had like quite some success over the years, as they have been playing in Lithuanian lands, in Baltic lands, maybe somewhere else as well, and playing together as a team for so many years.
Yeah, they have been together for so long. And yeah, and they are a friend team of NACL, so basically they're like sister teams or something like that, where if somebody from NACL can't make it, then someone of NACL just subs in. And yeah, a really great showing from them. Have been able to show why they are one of the top Baltic teams and the first place team in BSL right now. I think that nobody can contest them or will contest them, even if they go 2-0 this Friday.
And well, we are going to have an interview with the AD carry from Žalgiris, Frexi, in a couple of minutes. So stay tuned, we'll have a short break to set everything up.
So, welcome back to the BSL. Here we are in our segment Get Mic'd with the AD carry from Žalgiris eSports. So, Frexy, how are you doing?
Doing good, doing good.
So, going into the season, did you expect that you would come out as a first seed? And what do you think what's going to happen going into the Hypertown LAN?
Well, we started the season slowly, lost 0-2 to Imantas 5. We were a bit demotivated, but then we shaped up. And yeah, we just did what we came to do our best. And yeah, we're really excited to go to Hypertown and yeah, hopefully win.
Yeah, now we know that Iron Wolves have their own chant that is AU, right? So
Yep.
what is the chant for Žalgiris eSports if you have one?
It's Žalia Balta.
Žalia Balta. And will you have like, how are you going to go to the Hypertown right now? Will you have like a fan bus or something like that? Will you bring your own fans, and what would you say to your fans who want to see you live?
Unfortunately, we won't have a fan bus. So yeah, we'll just come regularly. And for the fans, yeah, we'll try to win. We'll do our best, and hopefully we won't disappoint any of you.
Thank you, Frexy, for your humble answers, and thank you for this interview. That
Thank you
was
for having me.
Frexy from Žalgiris eSports, the man who I would say was one of the carries in the game, did really great for both of the games. And yeah, thank you guys for watching us, me, Cookie, and Derek Danger today. We are going to continue the stream with 2 CSGO matches where the V Show and MV are going to replace us. So if you do really enjoy CSGO, I should mention that you should stay. And of course, after the stream, we'll give away the tickets for the one ticket for 2 days for Hypertown that is going to be on the 26th and 27th. So thank you for...
Bye.